Alright, y'all. Got a question for all my MGTOW brothers. If you can weigh in, please answer in the comments below. Because I'd like to understand something, okay? Alright, the classification of men that are out there. Like, some people say there's just alphas and everyone else is betas. Some people say there's alphas and there's betas and there's gammas and there's zetas and there's sigmas and all these other fucking Greek letters. Alright. Is there another way? This is almost like felony and misdemeanor. Like, there's just no in between. Like, you're either fucked or you're fucked or you're fucked or whatever. But like, Metro, they come sometimes when you call them, sometimes not. Alright, so now, the more that I get into the manosphere, the more that I get red-pilled, and the more that I'm grappling with understanding what's going on to me, male rights-wise, and just becoming a MGTOW brother and all that shit. I'm wondering, like, look, I'm not bragging. I'm not, and I call it MGTOW Alpha World, okay? Like, this is not me. I'm just stating the facts here, okay? When I was 13 years old, I began rapping. 3 years later, I had an album out. When I was 13 years old, I began a pencil selling business at my school. 5 years later, I was a drug dealer. I was the guy who threw all the parties. I was the guy who got the keg. I was the guy who conned and whipped girls into coming to the party so my boys would have someone to talk to. I was the leader of my, in college, I had my choice of 6 fraternities. I went to a very small school. There were 6 fraternities there. There was a nerd fraternity, a dweeb fraternity, a bunch of douchebag fraternities, a drug addict fraternity, our competition, who was the pretty boys and chads of the school, and then the big beer drinking linemen of the football team, which was my fraternity, the Animal House. That's what I went for, and I rose right to the top of that, and became in charge of it and shit. Like, so, it's not that I'm bragging, but it's just, like, when I walk into a room, everyone looks at me. I take over the control. I'm a musician. I'm the center of attention. Supposedly, that's what an alpha male is. And I'm trying to grapple with that. I'm going with that, not because, yay, I'm an alpha male and I'm better than you. Like, I'm just trying to understand what I am and and everyone's like, you're a dickhead calling yourself an alpha. You're so full of yourself. There's no such thing as alphas. And it's always betas that seem to be like denying the existence of alphas. But all right, so whatever the fuck it is that I am, you know what I mean, whether you call it alpha male or whether you call it a fucking one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater, whatever the fuck the name is for it, you know, how can I live a good life? How can I live a satisfying life? Like, I've been with many, many, many women, and they always leave me. Like, the longest I've ever had a relationship last is like 2 years. And another thing is, relationships don't last, but they always come back. I have this everlasting train of women that I used to be with that 6 and 7, like, they come in cycles. It's like a cycle every 5, or some of them are on 7 years. Like, tonight I'm gonna go see Stacy. That's who I took to my prom. That's, if there's anything, she's the closest thing there is to a wife to me in this life, because she comes back all the time. She left me in college, but you know what I mean, when she looked beautiful, like, she looked slim. My Stacy used to be the hottest girl in town. She hit the wall. She doesn't look like that anymore. I still love what's inside of her. Like, I'll always love her no matter what. So I spend time with her. Do I want to, like, drag her around town with me anymore? No, I used to. Dude, she used to be on album covers with me, dude. She used to be like buy outfits so she could wear them next to me and shit. Like, but like, that's just, those days are gone. But it don't matter, because I still care about her, and that part of my life is over. But like, she has another nigga's kids. I have some other fucking dumb groupie who got fucking pregnant kids, and our lives went on. But anyways, like, I look at her, and that's the closest thing I have to a relationship. But I look at, and we're both in the industry. We both are messes, you know what I mean? Like, we got involved with rock and roll early on, and it just, you know, the 90s were happening. We were raving our asses off at the time, you know what I mean? Like, we were young there was a lot of X available. Let's put it that way. So, you know, all the other relationships in my life fail. Like women, no matter how good I am to a girl, they leave me anyway. You know what I mean? No matter how honest, no matter they just seriously they always want my lucky fucking charms. They just want my sperm. I guess, I don't know, but like, or they want the excitement. Like when I first walk into a room, like, you know, like everyone's looking. Everyone, oh, he's a rapper. He's this. He's that. And they get interested. And for a little while, I call it the romance roller coaster ride. Like girls, like when you go to an amusement park, you see the first thing you see is the roller coaster from far away because it's so big, and that's what makes you want to go into the music park and go on all the rides. Like somehow, you know, seeing me walk in, and I'm sure it's like that. If I am an alpha male, and if alpha males exist, I'm sure it's like that for other alphas. Like you get all these like attention. You just can't have a relationship. You know, I'm almost like a vampire. Like I have to keep changing my friends and keep changing my girlfriends every so often. Like I have to like meet new people that are 5 years younger every couple years so I can keep meeting new women that come into my, you know what I mean? Like I can keep the factory going, I guess, so to speak. And I kind of want off of that ride. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to, you know, I'm dating chicks that are fucking, like, let's put it this way. The last chick that I, like, naturally met that was, like, in a bar, and I met her, and I somehow conned her into, like, going home with me and shit like that. I think she was 27. So she's 20 years younger than me. You know what I mean? Like, that's old compared to most of the girls that are out here. So I'm at my end, whether I like it or not. You know what I mean? I can only, like, at 47, I can only pull 21-year-old bitches so long, and I had a pretty good run. But, you know, what I'm wondering is, what can you do as an alpha, dude? How can you live a good life? How can you live a regular life? Especially in this world. I know it sounds like some pussy shit to make a feel, oh, poor me, I'm an alpha. But I guess I'm asking this as in a, we live in a crazy new, fangled, twisted, messed up modern world of like race relations and sex relations and just what's going on. And I have a lot of questions. So maybe one of you guys can answer them for me. I know, like when I graduated from college, all right, now I had a girlfriend in college. I don't want to keep this story dragging on, but like, and there was a girl, her name was Jen, all right? And she fit the mold of what I mean, she doesn't look that much different from Stacy back then. Like, they're both blonde, beautiful. I think Hannah had blue eyes, Stacy has brown eyes. But anyway, Jen, I said her name, fuck. Anyway, Jen was my girlfriend in college, okay? Now, when it was all just fraternity letters and sorority formals and shit, I fit into her scheme, you know what I mean? I made sense to her. But like the minute we graduated and like her dad was like hooking her up with a job and I was selling drugs to like make ends meet and shit like that, and like the stark realities of our life set in, you know, like that, like, she had money. She was from college. You know what I mean? I met her at college. I would have stayed with her. I really would. I would have had no problem. You know, yeah, I'm a man. You know what I mean? Are we polygamous by nature? I think so. Yes, I would. I'm sure I would have gotten in trouble. I would have done some dumb man shit, but I would have loved her and been there for her for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? I was ready to ask her to marry me, but it was just like we graduated from college. It wasn't that moment, and she just kicked me to the fucking curb. You know what I mean? That was probably the biggest hurt piece of my life. Between that and then the girl I lost my virginity to, my drummer Tiff's mom, Michelle, you know, she took my virginity, and then 5 days later, fucked like 10 more niggas, you know what I mean? Like those two things, I don't really, like, I'm not mad at them. I don't sit around and dwell on it, but like, that happening to me just had a really negative impact on me, like in, you know, I don't have a real good relationship with my mom. I have a great relationship with one of my sisters. The other one's trying to fucking get me locked up every chance she gets. So, and like, you know what I mean, attack me on social media and shit. It's my sister. Jesus Christ. But so I have a hard time with women, believe it or not. Yeah, it's easy as fuck to get their attention. It's hard as fuck to like have a conversation or share a room or go on a vacation or, you know what I mean, repave a driveway with one. So I don't know. If any of y'all can answer my questions, I don't know, go ahead, hit me with the barrage. I'm a douchebag because I think I'm an alpha. Go ahead, let me hear it. I'm a fucking douchebag because I think I'm an alpha. Go ahead. Bye. Have a good day, brothers.